Hey guys, welcome to this morning's flow or whenever you're doing this. So today I'm going to focus on the back of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, the spine, and how it's all completely connected. So there'll be a real balance between it being all about lots of strength and then a little bit more about the length. So if you do have a strap, you may want to have one of these hanging around somewhere towards the end of the practice, but you might not need one. We'll get there and I'll show you what we can do with that. It's not completely vital, and I'll always give options to make it accessible without the props. It's all good. So thank you for joining me today. Have a great practice. I'm going to start us off at the back of the mat, kneeling down if your knees are okay to do that. If they're not, then come into a position that works better. You can be cross-legged, something else that works. So come to the back of the mat. I want you to rest your hands, palms down on your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And use this time to really center yourself. Whatever kind of sleep that you've had, whatever kind of week that you've had or weekend. Now's a great time to come in and truly check in with how you feel. Where's the breath resting today? Where is it not quite reaching? And those little areas that you're feeling some tension or some anxieties, that's where you send your love. That's where you send your awareness to. And as you're sat here with your hands on your thighs, you're going to adopt a cat-cow like motion in the spine. So as you inhale, arch the spine, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, press into the thighs, look in towards the belly, round the spine. And again, inhale, you arch the spine, tilt the tailbone back, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, we curve. So when I get into this undulation of the spine, moving the spine, moving the hips, and truly finding that balance and relationship between mobility and stability, which is always this dance in yoga, the dance between the two. And then you're going to kind of continue this cat-cow-like motion with the spine, but you're going to bring your hands together into a prayer. Now this is going to be a motif for the rest of the practice. You're going to bring the hands in that prayer behind the head. Push the head into the wrist creases. And you want to lift the elbows up towards the sky. So I'm going to show you from the back and from the front here. Hands are together. You want to wrap the arm bones in rather than spreading them out toward the side. You push the head into the hands and you can arch the spine back here. Push the head. And from the front, you want to wrap the arms up towards the sky so you feel the neck flexors, the deep neck flexors engage with you. As you exhale, you pull the elbows forward round the spine and you keep moving here. Inhale, you arch, push the head into the hands, press the hands together, spread the fingers out wide. Think about all these little details, which are going to make the practice more interesting. Exhale, pull the elbows forward. Stay with this breath. One more where you are. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, you're going to release the hands and bring them forward into all fours. And as soon as you crawl forward into all fours, you can start to wiggle around here as well. You wiggle around the hips, you wiggle around the shoulders, the spine. There is no right, there's no wrong with how you can move here. If you want to open the arms, open the chest and the shoulders, then you do whatever feels really nice, intuitive, interesting. And spread the fingers out wide. As always, you want to claw the fingers to the floor, set the hands up, set the foundations up in the body. What's connecting you to the ground? And then eventually bring yourself into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, push the floor away, drop the head through the arms. Inhale, straight away, rise up onto your tiptoes, ripple forward into high plank, bring the chest over the hands and the wrists. Exhale, bend the knees, ripple back into downward facing dog. And again, inhale, we take it forward into high plank. Exhale, we take it back into downward facing dog. This time you're going to open your feet out about as wide as the mat. Keep the legs just as engaged, squeeze the glutes, come forward into high plank. This time I want you to bend your knees and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Your heels are going to turn in, the toes turn out. Sit the bum low and you're in Malasana at the back of the mat, yogi squat. So you're either going to want to kind of rock it out from side to side, maybe open up the arms, add in these side tilts. Or maybe you want to take a slightly more passive version where you can grab physically the outer edges of the mat, drop the head round the spine. Others may want a bit more of a fiery mode. You can bring your hands together, bring the hands behind the head, push the head into the hands and find length in the spine. So there's a few different places that we can try out here. And then release whatever it is that you've got going on right now. Walk the hands forward. Come into that downward facing dog again. Bring your feet slightly closer together. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. Ripple it forward into high plank. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the glutes. Pull the navel in. And then move through your chaturanga. You can lower the knees if you wish or not. Exhale down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Take your sweet time here. Squeeze your bum. Exhale, tuck the toes. Push back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a big sigh out through the mouth. Claw the fingers into the floor. You want to get your arms pretty much in line with the ears as you push away. Little bend in the knees, tilt the tailbone up, engage the abdominals here, and find length in the spine. And then you're going to come forward to about halfway, lower the knees to the ground, and we're going to start to work into the glutes now here. So you're in all fours, you kick your right leg behind you, flex the right foot, bend the knee and shine the sole of the foot towards the sky. So maybe you start to feel what it's like to open the hip and then close the hip down. For this moment, I want us to kind of square those hips, close them, flex the foot and kick the heel up. You only kick that right heel up as far as the butt cheek can start to squeeze and you don't open the hip. Then walk your left fingertips forward. Come up onto the left fingertips and then push away from the ground. That way you can engage the abdominals, pull the lower ribs slightly in. Now you might want to stay there, keep the right foot active. You might want to lift the left hand off the floor. Find a drishti, a focus point. If you're happy to, reach the left hand towards the right foot. You don't have to grab hold of it. But if you have got that grip, I usually go for the heel. To keep the right foot flexed, kick the heel up and towards the hand, towards the ceiling. Keep the shoulders forward, keep the hips square, engage the glutes. Exhale, bring your left hand down, leave the right leg where it is. You're going to shift all of the weight to the left side. Start to crawl the right fingers forward. Now we're working on the same arm as leg. You start to work into a more wobbly sort of territory around here. You can stay where you are. Keep the left toes tucked. Reach the right hand off the floor. Push the floor away. Then you start to feel all these deep stabilizing muscles that you want, right, to stay on this balance. Then reach the right hand towards the right foot. If that's an option right now, if you want to grab hold of the heel, grab the heel and then try and square the right hip down, square the shoulders forward, look forward, kick the heel into the hand, squeeze the bum. Exhale, bring your right hand to the floor. And if you fell out of it, don't worry. It's pretty much expected for that. Now I want you to hover the left knee just off the ground, push the floor away. Feel the shake in the legs, mine certainly are. You keep your right foot active and then you lift up into a three-legged dog. With the right knee bent, flex the right foot. And you're sort of kicking the right heel up towards the sky at the same time you're squeezing the left heel in towards the ground. Then gaze forward. As you gaze forward, look towards your thumbs and bring your chest forward with you. You're going to keep your right leg where it is, flex the foot, bend the knee, kick the heel, and it's almost like there's a string that comes from your crown of the head towards the right heel bone. I call this move Scorpio Dog. This is a back bend. One breath here. Exhale, pull the right knee in towards your nose, round the spine. Make the opposite position to where you've just been. And again, inhale, kick the right heel up towards the sky, scorpio dog, chest forward. You have this moment, look at the hands, claw the fingers into the floor. Exhale, pull the right knee in towards your nose, round the spine. Last one, kick the right heel up towards the sky, arch the spine, lift the chest forward. One big breath in here. Exhale, step the right foot through between your hands. Find all that space to step the right foot forward. Now I like to come up onto the left fingertips here and then super strong out through the left heel. Reach the right fingertips forward. As you reach the right hand forward, try and pull the ribs and the belly away from the front leg. Then you're going to spiral very gently, turn to face the right side of the room, and the right rib cage is going to gaze up towards the sky. Once you're there, just try and pull the right hip back ever so slightly. One more breath in here. Exhale, take the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. You're going to straight away turn it in to face the left side of the room. You stay over your right leg, flex the left foot. Now we call this Ardha Malasana, half yogi squat. You're going to bring your hands together, keep the right elbow glued up against the right inner thigh. Palms together, chest open. You can stay there or maybe open the arms out. Keep pressing this right arm into the inner right leg for a bit of support and a bit of leverage to twist. Keep the left foot flexed. And then you're going to stay low to the ground. Shift it to the back of the mat to take Ardha Malasana to the other side. So the weight goes onto the left leg. Bend the left knee, flex the right foot, palms can come together. Or you can open the arms. What do you feel you need right now? The hips are lifted and the bum is slightly pushed back. Exhale, stay low to the ground, shift it low to the original front of the room. Plant the hands down, step the right foot behind you, squeeze the legs together. High plank, vinyasa of your choice. Exhale, we take it down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, push. Exhale through the mouth. Ripple forward, halfway, lower the knees down. And we're going to work into the other side. Kick your left leg behind you, flex the left foot, bend the knee, kick the heel towards the sky, shine the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Pull the lower ribs in, draw the navel in, and crawl the right fingers forward. Hold yourself where you are. Set up this balance and opposition. Then you reach the right hand off the floor. You can stay there. Or maybe reach the right hand back towards the left foot. If you can catch the foot, grab the heel. Kick the heel into the hand. So all these muscles in the sole of the foot, that's where the posterior chain, the back of the body muscles begin. Exhale, slowly release the right hand down, leave the left leg where it is. Shift the weight onto your right side and crawl the left fingertips forward. Keep the left foot active, squeeze your bum. You can stay where you are or hover the left hand off the floor. You can stay where you are here or reach the left hand back behind you. Take your time with it. Now, if you can grab the heel, you want to re-square up the shoulders and the hips. Push the floor away, gaze forward. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Hover your right knee just off the floor. Keep the hips square, feel the shake. And then send yourself up into that three-legged dog with the left knee bent, flex the left foot, push the floor away. And then gaze forward and we begin to come into our scorpio dog. Chest comes forward with your head. Claw the fingers into the floor. Flex the left foot. Imagine there's a string from your left heel to the crown of your head. And then exhale, pull the left knee in towards your chest. Look towards the knee, curve the spine. And again, inhale, flex the foot, kick the heel to the sky, scorpio dog. Exhale, pull the knee in towards your chest, round the spine. Last one, inhale, kick the left heel up, feel it. Exhale, step the left foot through between the hands. Come up onto your right fingertips, reach the left hand forward, find some space here. And then start to spiral the left rib cage up towards the sky. One more breath in here. Exhale, take the left hand down. Continue to turn in to face the right side of the room. You stay over your left knee, the front leg. Flex the right foot and you can bring your hands together. Left elbow up against the left inner thigh, or you can open the arms out up wide. Ardha Malasana, extend it. Stay low to the ground, shift it to the other side. Stay over your right leg this time. Flex the left foot, bring your hands together, or open the arms up. What do you need? Where do you feel this? One more breath in. Exhale, stay low to the ground, go back to the original front of the room, plant the hands to the floor, left foot back, high plank, squeeze the legs together, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, hug the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. It's that constant balance of tension and release. We need the two. Pedal out your heels one at a time. And you're going to lower down your forearms. Give yourself a moment in a little dolphin here. So it's nothing too crazy. If you want to open your feet out wide, do so. Claw the fingers into the floor. Relax the head through the arms. And then you can keep your knees wide, your feet wide, knees bent, tailbone up. Or you can bring your feet closer together, walk your feet further up towards the elbows, maybe sort of tiptoe them up. And then you can tiptoe them back a little bit. This is a bit of a core exercise, training all the muscles in the torso to engage, fire up, bringing the shoulders above the elbows, hips above the shoulders. And then one more breath in where you are. If you just wanted to find stillness for the moment, you can do. And then either lift one elbow up at a time or both of them up together. Inhale, rise up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, step or hop your feet towards your hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, full forward fold, belly towards your thighs. And this may be the first proper forward fold we've done right now. So if you need to take a little moment, check in with the back of the body. How does the head feel here? I want you to let it drop. And then inhale, rise up into Tadasana. Bring the arms up over the head. You're towards the top end of the mat. And then exhale, bring the arms down by your sides. We're going to take 3 sun salutations just to get the heat going, to get the speed up a little bit. But with our sun salutations, I'm going to add a little something at the very beginning of them. We're going to bring our hands together into our prayer, our little motif, and bring the hands behind the head. Now, if you lift weights and you're familiar with the move Good Morning, then it's a little bit like that, or a deadlift. You're going to keep pushing the head into the hands. It's all about getting a good strong spine here. You're going to bend the knees ever so slightly. Push the bum back more though. And as you push the bum back, you tilt the upper body forward. You lead from the elbows and you're constantly pushing the head into the hands. And then inhale, squeeze your bum, lift back up to standing. Exhale, little bend in the knees, tip down and forward. Inhale, squeeze back up. Last one. Exhale, tip forward. You want to feel the back of the legs start to open up and the strength in the body increase. Inhale, squeeze all the way up and reach the arms up over the head. Gaze up towards the thumbs. Now we go through. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, up, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. When you think about what you just did. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet back behind you. High plank. Squeeze the legs together. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Shine the tailbone high, shine the bum towards the sky and really feel into it. If you need to make it get a little bit funky, then I do not blame you. Enjoy this. One more breath in as you rise up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop your feet towards the hands. Inhale up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, full. Inhale, bring the hands together up over the head. Straight away, hands behind the skull. Exhale, tip forward into these good mornings. Inhale, squeeze up. And again, exhale, tip down. I want you to see that you can add lots of different things into your flow or into whatever training you're doing. And you're going to see that we're not too dissimilar, not too far apart from each other. Whatever you're doing, everything can work together. Inhale, lift the arms up over the head, gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, come forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. If you are going to hop back, you land, bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tap the toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big sigh out here. As you're here, I just want you to take a little twist as well in this down dog. You're going to cross the right hand over to the outer left ankle. As you cross that to the outer left ankle, spread your left fingertips out wide and start to kind of rotate the chest through this big gap. Exhale, bring your right hand to the floor. Left hand crosses to the outer right ankle. Grab hold of it. Support yourself, and then you can create that rotation across the ribs. One breath in here. Exhale, bring your left hand forward, rise up onto your tiptoes, step or hop your feet towards your hands. Inhale up, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, full. Inhale, bring the hands up over the head, bring the hands behind the head, final time. Exhale, down. Inhale, back up, squeeze your bum. Exhale, down halfway. Pull the lower ribs in. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, squeeze the arms up over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. And you're still kind of resisting going down. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tap the toes, push it back, downward facing dog. When you're here, I want you to bend the elbows out wide and start to direct the crown of the head towards the thumbs. Keep the hips high, you're in that triangle position still. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows wide, direct the head towards the thumbs. Inhale, press back up. Last one, exhale, bend the elbows. We go low, we go wide, we go slow. Inhale up. Changing it up slightly, so we went wide elbows there. This time you're going to go narrow elbows. Try and hug the elbows in towards one another. As you exhale, forearms are going to go towards the floor. Now they don't have to touch completely. They may do. Inhale, they come back up. And again, exhale, we go low. Narrow elbows, you work into the triceps, the backs of the arms. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, squeeze it low, control. Even if you bend your elbows a millimeter, I'm happy with you. Inhale, lift back up. Straight away here, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Point the toes, bend the knee, open up the hips. Enjoy this moment. You can start to circle the right leg kind of around the hip socket a little bit here. We just spent the first part of this flow being very strict with trying to find a square hip for a reason, but I want you to know that you can open it here, that it's not against the law or against any rules, that you can't open your hips and express yourself. You must. Exhale, step the right foot through between the hands. Ground the big toes into the floor, bring the hands together, bring the arms up over the head. High lunge. Now you're going to bring the hands behind the head back into our trusty little motif. Push the head into the hands. As you push the head into the hands, you arch the spine. Exhale, bend the back knee and draw the elbows forward towards the right leg. And we do that again. Inhale, re-extend the back leg, bring the elbows up towards the sky, squeeze the bum. Exhale, round it forward. Last one. Inhale, we take it back. Exhale, open it out into warrior two. Wiggle out your hips here as you plant the back heel down. So really not a lot changes with the front leg. You stay low. And I always like to kind of wiggle the hips around. How are they feeling right now? Maybe tilt them up and back, under, side to side. And then when you feel happy, open the arms up, super strong through finger to finger. Turn the right palm up. Inhale, you reverse back, reach. Exhale, bring your right forearm to your thigh. Now I want you to bring your left hand to the base of your spine, or thread the left hand through to the right inner thigh. So you're in a half bind. If you're in this half bind, try and hold on to it. Squeeze the left shoulder back and gaze up towards the sky. Now you're going to hold on to whatever bind you've got going on, and then reach the right hand back into reverse warrior. That left arm behind you is kind of going to restrict the movement a little bit, but it's going to open up the right side of the body even more. Exhale, bring your right forearm to thigh, or take your right hand all the way down to the floor on the inside of the right leg. Now stay with your half bind just a little bit longer, squeeze the left shoulder back. You might want to stay in this half bind. You might want to go for the full bind, right arm underneath you, grab hold of the hands behind you. Or you go for the left arm all the way up over the head, side angle stretch. Whatever you do decide to do, you're still trying to push away from the ground. One more breath where you are. Exhale, slowly release your binds. Bring your left hand down to the inside of the front foot. Lower the left knee down. And we're going to take it into lizard. So I want you to heel toe this right foot slightly over towards the edge of the mat. And you're going to lower down onto your forearms or somewhere towards them into lizard. With lizard, you're going to get your right shoulder lower than the right knee. And once you're in that lizard, you can start to rock forward, back, side to side, wiggle around a little bit here. And exhale it all out through the mouth. If there's anything you kind of want to play around with, maybe directions and lizard, then you can go for it. Now, if you want to go into monkey twist, it's not completely compulsory to do monkey twist. Maybe this lizard is exactly what you need right now. If you're going to go for monkey twist, take your left hand to the edge of the mat on the left side. So you've got a wide left hand and you've got a wide right foot. Then you start to twist to the right. Reach the right hand back behind you, and optional, pick the left foot up with the right hand. Now, if you have this and you want to lower to the left forearm, you go for it. But really, lowering this left forearm is pretty dependent on how your left thigh is feeling. If the left thigh is feeling particularly stiff and tight today, it might be a bit of a challenge to bring this left forearm down. You just work with what you've got going on today. That's all we can do ever. Exhale, let go of what you've got. Slowly bring your right hand back into center. You're going to walk back up onto your hands. Pick up the left knee, tuck the back toes, and you're going to take the slowest lift up into three-legged dog that you can with the right leg. So your right knee will kind of hover up against the back of the right tricep, and then you're pushing the right leg up real slowly into three-legged dog. As soon as it's there, inhale through the nose. Exhale, step the right foot forward. We're going to go warrior one. Step the right foot forward, ground the back heel down. Bring the arms up over the head, palms together. Exhale, hands behind the head and straighten the front knee. So we're still working with the same arms that we've been doing since the beginning. Now we're going to go into Parsvottanasana, which is a forward fold. If you need to adjust your feet slightly, then please do. Your hips are square, looking straight in front of you. And I want you to tip your torso forward, tip the elbows forward as you push the bum back. You're constantly pushing your head into your hands, and you only come down to about halfway. I don't care if you can go down all the way. I want you to stay halfway down. Push the head into the hands. Pull these lower ribs in, engage the abdominals. You want to be able to stay in this position and be super strong. Then I want you to reach the arms out in front of you. Turn the palms in. Thumbs poke up towards the sky. And then exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze the elbows in towards the waist. Keep the spine constant and the same. Inhale, reach the arms forward, push the bum back. And again, exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, reach the arms forward. This time, exhale, you're going to bring your hands either onto your right shin, maybe onto bricks if you're using props, or perhaps down onto the floor. Now, if you're pretty happy with your hamstrings, you might want to walk the hands even further towards the top edge of the mat. I'm going to throw in a bind that you might want to do. If you are happy with the hamstrings, and you can still keep the spine really long down the front leg, interlace your fingers around the back thigh. Some people with very, very long hamstrings maybe can grab both the hands around the back ankle. Who knows, right? So you're either going for the spine, thinking very honestly about yourself. How does the spine feel? If you're more happy, ditching that bind and going back to what you did before, then that's all good. So I'm going to give you a couple more breaths here in this forward fold. We have some good amount of time to rest into this pose, to feel into this pose. It's never really resting, right? And then we're going to come into twisted triangle. Walk your hands to the center of the mat. You're going to cross your left hand either to the inside or over to the outside of your front foot, whatever feels best. Then bring your right hand to the base of your spine. Pull the crown of the head forward and twist towards the right. You might want to keep your hand there. Press down the big toes. Otherwise, you can reach the right hand up towards the sky. Now try and hug the inner thighs together as you reach up towards the ceiling. And as you press those big toes down, you'll notice that the inner thighs kind of naturally squeeze together. Exhale, bring your right hand to the floor. Give yourself a couple more breaths in this forward fold, just for good measure, right? And then I want you to bend your front knee. Shift the weight forward into that right leg and lift the left leg up into standing split. So anyone that's working with some balances, you might want to start to walk your hands towards the right ankle and shin. Maybe grab it one at a time, maybe both together, whatever it is that you're working on. Some people may even have their hands reach up towards the left leg. Who knows? Keep that left foot really active. So if you're working with bricks or straight to the floor, that's also amazing. You're going to look towards the right shin now. See what happens if you take the gaze somewhere that it's not usually used to go into. Keep that left leg high. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower the left foot down into high lunge. Bring your hands together up over the head. Now, when you bring your hands behind the head this time, you're going to open it out into warrior two. Plant down that back foot parallel with the back edge of the mat. Adjust your legs if you need to. Now, notice the hands are behind the head. So the gaze is in the same direction as where the hips and the shoulders are. You're not looking over your front hand. You're going to keep pushing your head into your hands. As you inhale, you straighten your right leg a little bit. As you exhale, deepen the bend in the right knee. You want to build the fire in that front leg. And again, inhale, you squeeze up. Exhale, we go a little bit lower. Push the head into the hands. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, get down as low as you can. Hold it here. Now you're going to keep your legs in warrior two. And you are going to tip your torso forward. Keep the hands behind the head. Keep the head pushing into them. You come down to about halfway. I'm going to flip around to the side so you can also see here. Your legs are in warrior two. Hands are behind the head. You push the bum back. Elbows forward. And then try and reach the hands out in front of you. Palms in. Thumbs up. And then exhale without moving your spine too much. Reach the hands towards the floor. Or if you can't reach the floor, hands can come around the legs themselves. Now, once you're somewhere, you're going to start to go cat-cow with the spine. It's not going to be a huge movement. As you inhale, try and arch the spine. Don't force anything. Just lift the head. Tilt the tailbone back. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, look in towards the inner thighs. And know how that right leg is feeling. Inhale, we arch the spine. If there's a shake, good job. Exhale, curve the spine, look in towards the inner thighs. You're going to go last one. Inhale, arch. Exhale, we curve it. Then it's coming to more of a neutral place, somewhere in between those two. Once you're there, you're going to start to straighten your right leg, pivot the right toes in, and then you're in your full prasarita, full wide-legged forward fold. You're going to take your hands or your forearms maybe to the floor. Option to take your hands around the ankles or the shins. Take some time here. This is a lovely place to finally be into. Little tiny bend in the knees. Push the bum back slightly. Find more length in the spine. Big exhale out through the mouth. And you're going to start to walk your hands over to your right foot, the original front of the room. Turn the right toes forward. And as you do, flex the foot at the same time. Toes up. Lower the left knee down. And I want you to try and find a balance here. So tucking those toes and keeping the right foot flexed is really going to help you lift the hands off the floor. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and breathe here. So this is Ardha Hanuman. Ardha meaning half, Hanuman is the split. Hanuman is the monkey god with the long, long legs. Now, you're going to bring your hands behind the head if you want to stay in Ardha Hanuman. Really work into those wobbles and work into the balance. You're going to tip your torso forward, pressing down that right heel. And then reach the hands forward in front of you. Try not to lose this integrity of the spine right now. Now you hold that there, or you can bring your hands gently down onto the shin, maybe the foot, maybe the floor. If you prefer to go for the full Monty of this pose, full Hanuman, try and keep the hands together and kick the right heel to the top right corner of the mat. Now notice how the left toes have stayed tucked with me here. Squeeze your left butt cheek. You don't have to go all the way down. You're kind of working into the edge of your full range of motion. You want your muscles to be able to engage here so that you're not pushing everything into your ligaments. Squeeze, contract. You know, if you've got anything you kind of want it working on though in this full Hanuman, you can go for it. We're all a little bit different. If you're in this full version, you're going to bring your hands eventually to the floor. Press your right heel down and pull the right heel back to the center of the mat. To come out of the pose for everybody, you lower your front toes down, bend the front knee, inhale, scoop the arms up over the head. Exhale through the mouth, bend your elbows, let it go. Bring your hands down, frame the front foot, step the right leg back into three-legged dog. Lift the right leg, just give it a little wiggle out. You've done a lot of work for that hamstring. Now you can leave your right leg high or you can lower it down. We're going to go forward into high plank and take your vinyasa of choice. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Push it back into down dog. Now you can lower down into a child's pose. So it's a nice long round. Or you can take it again into a little dolphin. Claw the fingers into the floor. Forearms down, tuck the toes, lift the knees. And I know I'm a bit of a stiffler for dolphins, but they really do help you build some strength in the shoulders. And also it's all about getting that mobility as well. So it's one of those moves that's particularly good for both. If you're in dolphin, inhale, rock your chin forward towards the thumbs. Exhale, rock the head back through the arms. Dolphin press ups, 2 more. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, rock it back. Last one, inhale forward. Exhale, take it back. Everyone lift up into downward facing dog. Once you're there, lift your left leg high. Point the toes, bend the knee, open up the hips. And like you did on the last side, you want to circle around the hips. Explore this here. How are you feeling? Step the left foot through between the hands. Lift up into high lunge. Bring your hands together, hands up over the head. Hands behind the head. As you inhale, push the head into the hands, arch the spine, kick out through the back heel. Exhale, bend the back knee, round the spine, pull the elbows forward. And again, inhale, kick it back, lift the heart. Exhale, curve it forward. Last one, inhale, take it back, squeeze the bum. As you exhale, open out warrior 2. And like you did before, wiggle it out. How do you feel? If you need to adjust your feet, your hips, your ribs, your shoulders, do it now. Then open the arms, flip the left palm up and inhale, reverse back. Exhale, take the left forearm to your thigh. I'm going to show you from the back here. Your right hand is either going to come to support the base of the spine or feed the right hand through to the left inner thigh. Now, whatever bind that you're in, inhale, take it back into reverse warrior and hold on to the bind. Exhale, left forearm to your thigh or left hand all the way down to the ground. Stay with this half bind as you squeeze the right shoulder back. Now, the left tricep, the back of the left arm, is squeezing into the side of the left leg. Keep them connected. You can go for a full bind, stay in half, or reach the right arm up over the head. Whatever you've decided to take is the right decision for you. One more breath in wherever you are. Exhale, take the right hand down, lower the right knee to the floor. Lizard time, heel to the left foot out wide. Lower the forearms towards the floor. Maybe it's just one that can go down and that's okay. Now this is a call for movement. How do your hips feel right now? And it's kind of animalistic. A lot of these moves are. Kind of embrace that. You can stay in lizard if that's what you need, then you stay there. Otherwise you go for your monkey twist, another animal. Right hand goes to the side of the mat. And you start to send your left hand towards the back of the room. Optional, pick up the right foot with the left hand. Try to open the chest, squeeze your bum, kick the right foot into the hand if you've got it. If you want to lower down onto your right forearm, that's completely dependent on your right thigh, the front of the leg. One more breath wherever you are. Exhale, let go of the foot really slowly. Bring your hands back into center. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and you're going to hover your left knee just above the left tricep. Send the left leg all the way up into three-legged dog. Super slow transition. Inhale as soon as it's up. Exhale, step the left foot through between the hands, warrior one. Ground the back heel down, bring your hands together and take the hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands, lift the elbows. Exhale, tip the torso forward. Now if you need to adjust your legs, do so. Hips are square. If you need to bend the knees, then that's totally fine, like a very slight bend of the knees, but know that this isn't a lunge. You're pushing your bum back, you come to halfway. So remember this halfway forward fold, you pull the lower ribs in, engage the abdominals, and then you can reach the arms forward when you're ready here. As you exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze the elbows in towards the waist. Inhale, reach them forward. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Try and really press down the back heel into the floor. Last one. Inhale, reach forward. As you exhale here, you can continue to go lower. Hands can come onto the shins, bricks, or the floor. Now, you might be working with something a little bit different on the left side. And it's okay not to be exactly the same or do the exact same thing that you did on the last one. If you're happy with your hamstrings, you walk the hands forward, or you can always take that bind that I showed on the other side, interlace the fingers around the back leg. I'm a little bit tighter on this leg, but really you want to have a nice long spine. So you can be very honest with your practice. Don't let the ego overtake the sort of more humble side of you. And again, it's important to have like a little bit of both, that bit of the fire and the determination, and then the softness and the nourishing and the compassionate side. They need to work together to really create a wonderful balance to get something done with true heart involved. Now, when you're in this forward fold, you're going to start to walk the hands back towards the left foot. We take it into a twisted triangle. Right hand's going to cross to the inside or over to the outside of the front foot. Bring your left hand to the base of the spine and you rotate across the ribs. If you want to, reach the left hand up towards the sky, press down the big toes, hug the inner thighs. And think about when you do take your twist, it's not about making yourself smaller, you want to make yourself longer. You're wringing out here. One more breath in. Exhale, take the left hand to the floor. One more breath in this forward fold. See if anything's kind of shifted. And when you're in your forward fold, bend the front knee, shift the weight into the front leg, lift the right leg up. Standing split. If you're working on those balances, you can walk the hands towards the left ankle, maybe both lift up to it, maybe both reach up towards the lifted leg. Otherwise, if you're using bricks or the floor, try and take your gaze then towards the left shin. See what happens if you really relax the head, change up the gaze. Exhale, lower the right foot long down the mat, lift up into high lunge. Ground down through the big toes, hands behind the head, and then open your body out into warrior two. Hands stay behind the head. I'm going to show you from the back for the first bit. Inhale, straighten the front leg, push the head into the hands. Exhale, bend the front knee, get a little bit lower. And again, inhale, you lift up. Exhale, get a little bit lower. Challenge yourself, see what happens. Last one, inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, get low. Hold it there. You're going to start to push the bum back and tip the elbows and the torso forward as you push the head into the hands. And flip from the side. You keep on going, and really how low you go is dependent on how the left knee feels right now. So you don't have to go all the way down. You don't have to go all the way to that halfway point. You come to a point that you think, you know what, I can hold this. And then reach the arms out and think, can I hold this? And then you can bring your hands down to the floor or maybe onto your shins. If you've got bricks, onto bricks. And then inhale, arch the spine, tip the tailbone up and back. Chest forward, exhale, curve the spine, look in towards the inner thighs, push the floor away. And again, inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, curve the spine, pull the belly in. Last one. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, we curve, come more into a neutral place so that you can straighten this left leg and pivot the toes to also face the middle of the room. Now, if you want to go upside down and tripod heads down, we're going to go there. Otherwise, you can bring your hands, your forearms down, hands around the outsides of the ankles, maybe even interlace the fingers behind you if you prefer. So if you're going to go upside down, you bring the heels of your hands in line with the heels of the feet. Bend your elbows like you're doing a chaturanga, so they're quite narrow. Crown of the head might drop to the floor. And then maybe you can lift the legs. And you decide where you're going to go right now. Push the floor away. Push, push, push. And if you are going to come down, which you should all come down, control it. Flex the feet and really slowly lower the legs towards the floor. Controlling the descent is the tough part. And then everybody walk your hands to your left foot. Turn the left toes forward. I flip myself around, but you stay in the same direction. Lower the right knee to the floor. Flex the left foot. And start to work into your Ardha Hanuman, half split hands together. Hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands and tip forward. Elbows reach forward, and then eventually you can always reach the hands forward, maybe onto the foot, shin, floor. If you're going for the full thing, hands together, kick the left heel to the top left corner of the room. Keep the right toes tucked, squeeze this bum. You go down to wherever you feel comfortable that you can hold. So you want to keep everything moving together, breathing together. Those of you that are in that full version, press down the left heel, squeeze the left heel back into center, plant the left toes forward, bend the left knee, reach the arms up over the head, take a big breath in, exhale, melt the arms towards the floor, and slowly lift the left leg up towards the sky into three-legged dog. And from there, you can kind of move this left leg around a little bit. Leave the left leg high. Ripple forward into high plank, or you can lower the left foot down when you're ready and move through your vinyasa. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Relax the head and the arms. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. From there, you're going to straight away start to walk your feet towards the hands. Walk the feet up towards the hands into forward fold. Relax your belly towards your thighs. Relax the head and then bring your hands together into prayer and bring the hands behind the head. And you're going to lift yourself up by pushing your head into the hands. Pull the elbows forward. Super strong through the feet, through the legs. Tip all the way up. And bring the arms down by your sides. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the legs. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. As soon as you're there, you're going to shift your weight onto your left leg. Pick up the right foot with your right hand. Squeeze the inner thighs together and reach the left arm over the head. Now you're getting ready for a dancer's pose.
So small dancer's pose, but the focus is on this right butt cheek. So I want you to kick your right foot into your right hand and start to let the right thigh slide back without tipping forward yet. So you're kicking the right foot into the right hand, squeeze the bum, and then you get to the point that you think, okay, now I have to tip forward. Keep hold of the drishti, this focus point. And all of these deep core stabilizing muscles like the glutes, the abdominals, the spine, the inner thighs, the neck flexors are switched on so that you can let go of the foot and come into warrior three. Hands together underneath your chest. Point the right toes. And then bend the right knee and flex the foot. Change it up a little bit. Turn the right thigh open and out. Turn the right thigh slightly down. Now you keep your hips square. That's just so you can kind of feel that open and close. Work into your glute medius. Flex the foot. Start to tip the torso all the way up. See how I bend the supporting knee slightly to get up. Keep the right foot behind you. Bend the knee. Kick the heel back. And bring the hands behind the head. One time, you're going to push the head into your hands. Imagine you're going for a dancer's pose where you can grab the foot from behind you. Keep the butt active and the foot flexed. Exhale, pull the knee forward. Keep the hands behind the head. Pull the elbows towards the knee. From there, you send your right leg behind you. Warrior three, reach the hands forward. All the way down into standing split, hands to the floor. Bend both of the knees and tap your right knee to the back of the left ankle. Inhale, lift the right leg back up. And again, exhale, tap the right knee to the back of the left ankle. If you want to hover the hands off the floor, maybe you can hover the hands off the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, squeeze the knee down. Step the right foot next to the left foot. Bend the knees. Shift the weight forward and back. Hands together, hands behind the head. Inhale, lift all the way back up, the way that you did before. Push the head into the hands. Super strong in the back of the body. All the way up to standing. Spread the toes, bring the hands down by your sides. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. If you need a little bit longer to settle, then that's totally fine. Otherwise, shift the weight into your right leg. Bend the left knee, catch the foot with your left hand, squeeze the inner thighs together, reach the right arm up over the head. Kick the left foot into the hand. Remember, this is about your left butt cheek. Left thigh back, and you only tip forward when you think, now's the time. And then you let go of your left leg and come into warrior three. Point the left toes, bring your hands under your chest into prayer. Hold this there, bend the left knee, flex the foot, kick the heel towards the sky. And you can turn the left thigh open and the left thigh down a couple of times. Tiny little bend in the supporting knee, which might help you then eventually lift the chest up. Wobbling around. Flex the foot, bend the knee, it's all normal. Bring the hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands, we're almost there. Keep the foot flexed, but only here for a little short time. Exhale, pull the knee forward, pull the elbows forward. Then you come back down through your warrior three, reach the arms up over the head, point the left toes, and this warrior three will turn into a standing split, hands down. Boom. As soon as you're there, bend both of the knees, bring your left knee to the back of the right ankle. Inhale, left leg high. And again, exhale, bend the knees, tap it low. Those of you that want to hover, see what happens today. Lift up. This time, exhale, bend the knees. And step both of your feet back into high plank. Long down the mat. Squeeze the legs together. And in this high plank, we're going to start to work into a little wild thing on both sides twice. Lift the right leg. Point the toes, bend the knee, and flip the right foot behind the left thigh. Squeeze the bum, press the hips up. Reach the right arm up over the head. Exhale, take the right hand down. Find high plank. Lift the left leg. Point the left toes. Flip the left foot behind the right thigh. Squeeze the bum, press the hips up. Reach the left hand over the head. Exhale, left hand down, high plank. You're going to go one more each side. Anyone that has the full Dhanurasana, which is full wheel transition, we go for it. Flip the right foot behind. You stay in your wild thing or flip into your full wheel. Think about going into your full wheel. Means you need to come out of it. Find high plank, whatever way is best for you. Left foot steps behind the right thigh. Wild thing or full wheel. So the legs are the power, right, in these back bends. Sort the feet and the legs out first, and then you can continue with the upper body. And then slowly come out. Find downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Step or hop your feet towards the hands and then all the way down onto your bum. Slowly lower your spine down. Lift the legs up towards the sky. Now keep your legs together. This is where you might want a strap. If you do want your strap and you have one, you can wrap the strap around the right foot. Hold on to the strap of your right, actually both your hands, and start to let your left leg lower. Now, if you don't want the strap, peace fingers, right peace fingers, hook around the right big toe. Keep the foot flexed, keep the right knee very slightly bent, and lower your left leg towards the floor. Keep the right shoulder rooted into the ground, and hold yourself here. Close the eyes. Keep the foot flexed, spread the toes, try and kick the heel up towards the sky. And then gently squeeze your left leg back to the top. Switch sides, whether you're using your strap or not. Hold on to the left leg, flex the foot, kick the heel to the sky. Little tiny bend in the knee and lower your right leg all the way down. Or as low as it can go. Keep the left shoulder grounded. Stay steady with your breath. Slowly let go of your left leg. Lower the left foot down. Now you're going to bend your knees about 6 inches. Flex your feet. Heels are about 1 inch or 2 apart, but bring your big toes and your knees together. Keep your feet flexed. Bring your fingers to the floor and ground the skull into the floor. Squeeze your bum and lift the hips off the floor by about 1 inch. So again, it's about you firing up the back of the body. Exhale, lower the hips down. If you want a little bit more fire, then you decrease the bend in the knees. So you push the heels a little bit further away. Flex your feet, keep your toes and your knees together. Lift the hips. There's a slight tuck under of your tailbone. Feel the fire and the shake. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Root the shoulders back. One more breath in. Exhale, lower it all down. Bring your knees towards the chest. And now you're going to open your legs out wide. Keep your heels in towards your bum, and we're going to come into ecstatic baby. Lift your head and your shoulders, and you're going to grab the heels or your ankles. Legs stay wide, and then lower your head down and the shoulders down.
Now you might want to stay exactly where you are and rock. It's a little bit different to happy baby. Otherwise, you can extend one leg out wide, flex the foot, holding the heel or the ankle. Keep the tops of your bum down if you can, or the base of the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, squeeze it back into center. And then take it to the other side. Working into the hamstrings, especially after just firing them up there and then. Bend the knee. You can go again, one on each side. We can go for the full thing, both together. Try and keep the tops of your bum down, the base of your spine, shoulders and head back. It's a great way of working into the hamstrings fully. And then release. Open the arms out wide, bend your knees, and we're going to take it into a little twist. Can you drop your right leg out to the side only and cross your left foot over the right thigh? So the left foot is planted down and you're almost trying to push the left thigh away from you. If this is a little bit too much, then you can step the left foot by the shin instead. And eventually, if you prefer, you can close the legs together. Just a few different things you can try. And switch it over to the other side. If there's a better twist for you, then you do what you need. What this one can also do is get into the TFL, glute medius, IT band, which is all kind of the lateral part of the leg and the glutes. And then you're going to come down into your Shavasana. If, however, you really want to practice an inversion, you are more than welcome to. But in terms of time right now, I'm going to bring you into your Shavasana. You can bring the soles of your feet together, knees open. You can have your legs lie long down the mat. You can always have your hands on your body or arms by your sides. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a long sigh out through the mouth. And then begin to rest your awareness in the flow of your breath. And rest your awareness in the whole of your body, just as it is. Check in with the back of the body. How does it feel? Start to move your fingers and your toes. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head, take a full body stretch. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, hold yourself here. And you can always roll over to one side, or you can pick yourself up by lifting all the way up onto your bum. And you come into a closing seat that is comfortable for you. And you can rest your hands on your heart, on your belly, on your thighs, palms together, maybe even hands to the floor. Wherever you need to breathe into right now. We are only ever working with what we have, right here, right now. Not what we had yesterday, not what we want tomorrow. What we have right now. So honor that, savor that. Take a final breath in together. And a final breath out together. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for that leg and butt and back fiery flow. Let me know how you get on with it. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.